Okay, we're gonna get the warm up and everything in here today. So here we go. Turn on my little overhead fan, and that's a little tip. Now, maybe not so much as we're going into winter, but if somebody is doing like a stationary cycle, if you're doing a walker, whatever, stationary device, a lot of times we need to put a fan on us. That just helps, that helps the load of the heart to be able to work out, move your muscles, and it doesn't have to worry about working to keep us from overheating. So I'm going to put on my gloves because I'm going to go ahead and get my hands warmed up. And again, one of the things I really like about free weights and using devices in our hands, whether it be a ball, a free weight, a band like this, any of those kind of things, it makes you use your hands. And so one of the things that I started off with when I started doing this whole class online, I had some stuff at home, but I just started throwing a ball and catching it. Do you realize as you're ambulating right now and you have anything in your hand, it could be a little ball. Some of you have bought these from me. I get this from a PE supply source. It's squishy so that it doesn't just bounce all over the place. Hi, AJ, I see you guys coming on. Nice cool day here in Michigan. Beautiful weather coming up. But sometimes the chilliness in the morning, you just want to stay in bed. Well, I don't want, some days that's fine. But most days we need to go ahead and get up. So I'm just ambulating now and I'm tossing a little ball, just like that, and catching it, okay? So just do repeated tossing of the ball and catching it. When you catch it, what I want you to do, hi there, everybody coming on. We're getting into the class now. We're already recording. So I'm ambulating. And what I do when I ambulate, for me specifically, is I try really hard to notice if I'm leaning and if I'm over leaning. And how do I correct that? Well, I will soften my knees so that I don't lock my legs. And I will do kind of a heel toe walking, but it will help me not to over lean. Okay, that's just a bad habit that some people with hips replaced, knees replaced get into. Very easy to do, especially, as I've stated before, if you have one leg that's a little bit shorter than the other because of all that joint replacement that you had done. So look at here, see this? This is such a simple thing, but oh my goodness. If you want to keep the joints in your fingers, they're just like every other joint. It's just that we don't notice it until what? Yeah, until we have to grip something, open something, you know, or you get like your finger gets, a joint gets very stiff and sore, and then you don't want to do anything. So here's my challenge to you. Make sure you have some kind of a squishy type of a ball, okay? It could even be a wad of packing paper rolled up into a ball. That would be perfectly fine. But as you're ambulating, like I'm doing, trying to stay heel toe walking, and I just take 2 or 3 steps forward, 2 or 3 steps back. But what am I doing? I'm tossing and catching as I'm trying to keep breathing through my nose. So that's hard to do when you're talking. But I'm going to keep trying to do it. Okay? Now, a little challenge for you. You've been throwing and catching, correct? Okay, all is good. you're going front to back. Now we're going to go side to side here in just a minute, but now instead of just throwing and catching like this, I'm going to throw here, and try to catch. See that? So I'm going to throw here, and try to catch them. Now, if that's discombobulating to you, just keep doing this. The biggest reason that I'm doing this is to get you to pull in and squeeze into your hand a little bit and open it. And so if you don't want to do that challenge, then just keep going. Throw, catch, throw, catch. See that? And I mean, you can try to throw it a little bit higher. It's not necessary. But this little exercise of throwing and catching done from 3 to 5 minutes as you're ambulating starts to get both sides of your brain activated, which is like pretty necessary if you're gonna walk and chew gum this morning, right? Okay, so as I'm doing this now with these balls, now I'm gonna step wide and come in, step wide and come in. So as you step wide, you push your hips back just a bit and then come in. See the balls? I'm gonna step wide and come in, step wide and come in, just like that. Now here's what I want you to do. As you're doing this side to side step, I want you to do a little step forward and then walk back, walk back, walk back. So it's a side step. You got the ball, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch. It doesn't have to be big, but as you're walking back now on your pathway, getting ready to do the throw again, just squeeze in on those balls. See how I'm going to step forward and to the side. Yeah, forward and to the side, forward and to the side, forward and to the side. Then I walk back, walk back, walk back. Okay. This is going to prepare us for the next move I have coming up. Okay, see that side to side forward motion and then walking back. So a lot of times, some of you, I'm not saying all of you, but some of you might zone out in this portion of what we're doing. Try not to, try to stay focused, because see what I just now did, the backward walking? Many times, people that are going backward have zoned out and they're not thinking, how am I stepping? And that's what will get you into trouble, because you will not lift the heel. So I'm saying, go ahead and lift that heel and get yourself going backward and think about that, because you will trip then on that heel. All right, now here's the next move that we have coming up. Watch this. Now I'm going to go into my chair. All right, I'm going to come up here. All right, and I'm going to lean in just a tiny bit. What's the tiny bit? I'm going to switch. I'm going to lean in just a tiny bit. The tiny bit is right here, the whole foot on the chair. And as I lean in, I say rib cage up. When you do that and you don't go too far, you feel it here, okay? All here. And you start to get your back activated, okay? Now I'm going to come back, but watch this, watch this. Be very, very mindful of what I'm doing right now. See this? I'm not going to just take it down. I'm going to soften my knee here, say rib cage up, and I'm going to go from a flat foot on the chair to just my heel on the chair. When I go to the heel, I want to push my butt back. Keep my chin tucked so that's really activating my back extensors, all of my leg, gluteal, and especially back. Okay, then I go to the foot. I'm just doing it twice. See, it's on the foot. Then I'm gonna go heel. Okay, when you're doing a one-legged stance and you do this task right here, I'm warning you, you need to be doing it so that you can put your hand to steady yourself on something. A wall, a counter, a pole, something. You can still have something in your hands, okay? And then you come back down. Now bring that leg down, walk back, drop your shoulders, tight tummy, walk forward. And I know what I'm gonna do. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna prep myself, all right? So if I needed to grab a pole, I would. So make sure you have a chair or something, a wall or something. Then I'm gonna go from there to right there. See, my whole foot is on that chair, okay? Then I'm gonna lean in a little. My rib cage is up, my chin is tucked, I'm leaning in. My hands are holding that ball palm up. I'm acting like I'm serving somebody. See that? Keeping my shoulders down for sure. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. See that? And then I come back. Okay, here's the Waterloo. If you're not hanging on to something, make sure you have something that can steady you. Because I'm going to go from a flat foot, this knee is soft, the supporting knee, to a heel down position. So now I'm at a heel down position. I want to say rib cage up for sure. Rib cage up, big breath, put your foot back down. So this little move done in a single leg stance, very valuable training move for so many of us. See how I pulled my toe up? Now I'm on my heel, one supported leg, don't lock the knee, say rib cage up and put the foot flat again. One more time. Breath in through the nose. Here we go. See that? See that little move? And the toe pulls up, okay? Very important, toe pulls up. So now I'm gonna hold my ball right here. See my ball? I'm stepping out. We've done this move many times. It's a split stance. Balls are down. Balls are out to the side. Balls are down. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna pull, keep the balls down, go to my toe and back. Okay, drop your shoulders and just go tap, tap, tap. Swing it back. Okay, swing that leg back. So this move will activate all your hamstring. And if you're recovering from, or if you've ever had a hamstring issue, this is the move that you need to keep doing a lot of. Okay, so I stepped out. I softened my knees, front or back. My palms are down. Drop my shoulder. Then I'm gonna shift into the front leg. I'm loading the front leg. And I'm gonna release my toe. I'm gonna go tap, tap, tap. You do not have to bring that leg way up off the ground. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time on either side. Okie dokie, you ready? Step, split stance, rib cage up, yes. Chin is tucked, yes. I'm gonna swoop my hands right there. And when my hands are reaching, I have to drop my shoulders right now. Soften your knee, release the toe in the back. Do not rotate that hip. Tap, 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 tap 2 or 3 taps. Then sink back and step back. Okay, one more time on the other side and we're ready to move on. Okay, so here I am. Drop your shoulders, yeah. Lean in, get ready because you're gonna tap that toe in the back. Knee is soft, hands are out in front, tight, tight tummy. Do not roll the hip, okay? Many of you, if I were standing with you, I'd be standing right behind you. correcting this kind of a roll, because when you get ready to lift the leg in the back, you always want to roll because you want that stronger muscle. I want the weaker muscle, okay? So drop your shoulders, tap, tap, don't roll the hip, tap, tap, pull back and pull back. Yes. Big breath, take those hands, go really wide. You're gonna bring one knee up now. We've already practiced it, correct? We've already practiced it right here. We brought the knee all the way up to the chair, right? Bend the elbows, drop your shoulders. You're gonna shift and go across your midline with your leg, okay? It's gonna be just a split second, and you're going to force yourself into cross-body lift. You got it? So now I'm gonna bring my hands right here and just turn, rotate, just like that. Turn, rotate. You do not have to touch your knee to your elbow, but that's your aim, okay? So drop your shoulders, tight tummy, shift, okay? You're at the toe. You're gonna lift, 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 lift. You're gonna go like you're gonna do elbow to knee, but do not round your back. Shift. You're gonna go elbow to knee and come back down. Keep your chin tucked. Big breath. We're gonna do another couple of times. So here's my big caution. When you're doing this kind of a rotation and you're transverse, you're crossing, you have a tendency right here, when you get ready to bring your leg up, everybody over arches, okay? So tighten in, bring it up, don't round or hyperextend. You want to keep a pretty neutral spine while you're executing this, okay? Now, this move, coupled with some of the other ones, especially when you put your foot up on the chair, when you are doing your split stance reach, right? Then we're going to put a little bit of a semi squat in this. Couple more. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Big breath. Keep with me. Just a couple more, couple more, couple more. I can do it. You can do it. Okay. Here we go. See, I ground, shift, drop the shoulders, reach, and come back down. Okay. So I'm telling you, you do 2 sets of 10 of these, and you do 2 sets of 10 interspersed with sit to stands and some of those other split stance moves. And see, I'm squeezing my ball. See these little handheld balls? The whole time I'm doing this, I'm just squeezing gently, releasing, squeezing gently, releasing, squeezing gently, releasing. Yeah. Okay, just one more on each side. You got it. And come back.
That was 23 and.
Good. Oh, it's just about right, Kathy. I am so glad you're on the job. Okay, here's my little chair. I think you can see it. I'll move it out so you can see it. So I'm going to turn. I've got these balls still in my hands, right? So I'm going to come. I'm going to have a sit down, but then I'm going to say, oh, I forgot something. You know how that goes? Here we go. When you get ready to stand back up, you want to shift. You want to do a lot of shifting. Now you guys understand this is the first go around with balls in our hands. This is loading Monday. That should tell you something. Squeeze, open, go into a sit down, and then you forgot something and you have to get back up. Go into a sit down, And then you forgot something. And when you go into the I forgot something mode, don't jerk yourself to standing. You squeeze, you go into the heels, you drop your shoulders. You come up by squeezing through your muscles in your legs, in your back, in your gluteal especially. I'm opening and closing with those hands. Breath. And as you come down to sit down, do not put your head way down, okay? You keep your shoulders, your hips under the head, okay? So take a breath one more time. So you're sitting and then you're forgetting that you got to go get something. See that kind of a modality? You need to do that about, I don't know, 2 or 3 sets of 10, pretty much every day. And as you're doing this, here's the big deal. Go slow enough that you actually think and feel where is your weight shifting. Because when you're doing this and you hold it for just a little bit, like right there, should be in the heels. Because I'm really trying to hit these muscles right here, okay? Big breath, open, close. Oh, did I say, I don't think I said 2 more. I think I said a couple more. Yes, that's what I said, a couple more. See, in, open, in, open. Go into the heels. Breath, 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 breath. Yes. All right. Okay, 2 more. Okay, here we go. Stay with me, stay with me. That was 2, right? Right. Okay. There's that. Okay, so we're going to put these down. And I'm going to pick up 2 things. First of all, I'm going to pick up my leg weight. I mean, it is a leg weight. It's a band. And when everybody was out here, I forgot to bring my bands out because I have a whole bunch. And what's unique about these, I've told you before, these are called extra long, okay? You still have medium, light, hard resistance. However, I like to use these for leg strength work. So see what I did? I just looped it over a toe. And then this one, I just climb in, kind of like you're climbing into a gunny sack to do a gunny sack race. Remember those? Some classes, the students would just be looking at me like, a what? A gunny sack. Okay, so I got that around my legs. I'm going to come up. I do not want you crossing over or doing anything like that. See what I'm doing? I can ambulate very slowly, and I have a little resistance as I'm walking. See that? Now I'm going to come down here, and I've already warmed up quite a lot. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to actually pick up a medium weight, okay? Because we're well into our class now. All right? So what would medium look like for you? That's what you pick up. It might be a 6 is your medium. That's fine. It might be a 9. That's fine. My medium is 12s and maybe 9, maybe 15 on the heavy side, something like that. You got it? So here I am, and what am I going to do? I'm simply going to step out. We've already practiced this, correct? Now, I understand that when you put something around your ankles like this, and you're doing a task, things can get dicey. So I'm saying always be safe first. If you want to not hold weights on this one and you just really want to work with these leg challenges with the band, fine. Just do the motions that we're doing with our weights. So now I'm going to take a big step with the resistance band on me, and then I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna see how that's floating. Got it? So my shoulders are down, knees are soft, and when I go to take a step with this side stepping, it's much more challenging for me. Why? Because this is my hip replace side, and I'm asking for the hip to hold stability. So I have to always be aware of what I am, where I'm putting myself, so that I have a safety feature. Okay. Now I'm holding two 12-pound weights, and I am stepping out, and I'm working against a resistance in my legs here. And so I'm going to just heighten that by doing one simple little move. See, I've stepped out. It's a resistance, not hard, but I'm going to bend the knee, and then I'm going to straighten the leg to the heel. See that? So while I'm doing that, this is a pretty good weight for me. Okay, it's a medium weight. Do not bend your back. Don't bend at the waist. You bend at the knee, and you bend at the hip, and you lean in, and you keep your chin tucked. Then you bring those weights right here, and oh my goodness, the minute you bring your weights here to the front, then you're gonna feel those back extensors have to really kick in right now. Okay, so I'm pressing back to the heel, coming here to the front, I'm hanging out here. I'm countering all of this with this front hip, the front gluteal, the front hip, the front leg, and I'm doing this little contraction with my knee bent, then straight. I'm coming forward, keeping my shoulders down, keeping my shoulders down, down, down. Breath. Breath. Push that heel down. Push your shoulders down. When you're coming forward, that is all on that front hip, right there. It should be getting hot. Breath. Okay, two more. Here we go. Push, one more. And push. Step back in. Put your weights on your chair for just a second. Use your chair if you need to, or a wall. Turn the toe out of the leg that was in the front, that was really heating up. Yes, turn that toe out. You'll have immediate release of tension. Then you bring it back. See that? Take a big deep breath. Bring the hand up right here to my chin. See that? I don't want to go higher than that. I'm doing a little interset right now. I'm doing a recovery. Okay? Bring your hand right here so the backs of your fingers are right into your chin. Keep your chin down. Soften up your knees. Turn that toe out that you had in the front, the leg that was in the front. Soften up your joints. And now go like that. Take the whole hand around with the elbow bent. All the way around. And then outstretch that hand and reach. This is a great recovery. Okay? Breath into the nose. Out through the nose or the mouth. Bring that hand in. Breath. And bring it back. Okay? We'll practice on the other side just because. Turn the toe out because we'll be doing it on this. So bring that hand under the chin. Now drop your chin. Keep your teeth together. Okay? Soften up the knees. Tight tummy. Okay? Reach all the way back. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. And bring it back in. And bring it back in. Now we're going to do a little hip hinge. And we're going to come back. And you notice something? Do you see that? See that band? Now, if you don't have a band, or if you don't like the band because it makes you feel like you're going to trip, then put your leg weights on or not. Because see, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back in. So this is a side step. This is very different when you go and you close that chain, you put your foot on something solid, then you bring it back in. Try to do very small body motions when that leg goes out, okay? What do I mean by that? This is what I mean. It's super easy to take my foot out, even against resistance, if I do this. See that? I don't want you to do that. I want you to minimize your body motions, okay? And I want this leg to go out. It's very hard for me on this side because of my hip being replaced here. Take a breath, bring it in. So keep minimizing your body motion. So that means you have to be really on target. See, that's much easier for me and more minimal moves than this one. I have to really think about it, okay? I hope this is making sense to you. This is kind of a big deal, I know. Okay, that was an interset. You're ready for the other side now, correct? So this leg was in the front before, and now this leg is gonna be in the front. But before I step into that, I'm gonna pick up my weights. You may elect to just have minimal weights. That is good, that's fine. If you want to pick up heavier, you got to be able to make sure that you're going to be able to hold your balance, either with a leg weight or with a band around your ankles. Are you ready? So I'm going to step. And how far? Somebody would immediately ask me, well, how far do I step? My answer would be, well, how far can you step with a band around your ankle and not fall over? That's how far you step, okay? So here I am, right here, and what am I gonna do? My band is pretty taut, right? I'm gonna bend the back knee, and then I'm gonna go straight with it. Yeah, I'm gonna bend the back knee, and then I'm gonna go straight with it. So I'm gonna lift my heel off the floor even. I mean, you can try it with both ways and see which one. You can do a little of each. You can do 5 with your heel on the ground, bend that back knee, and then go straight. And see, you're pulling gently against that little band, okay? Then go ahead and pull that knee down pretty hard, okay? And you'll have to lift the heel and then go back. So do both. So now I'm gonna go from here to where I'm going to go forward. And when I go forward and I'm leaning in, whoa, does that put it on your back extensors, all of the shoulder mechanism, your chest, but especially your back extensors and your hip. Breath, breath, and breath. Breath in through the nose, drop your shoulders, really lean forward from the hip, from the knee. Don't get disoriented. Breath, breath. You're just bending that back knee, pulling that knee down, and then pressing against that band. Breath. Woo! Again. Okay. 2 more. Kathy's probably going to tell me I did 30. No, I think I only did 10. All right. Bring it back. Okay. And the toe goes out. Now, don't be surprised that if you have hips replaced, knees replaced, etc., you're going to have different firing. Sometimes it takes a lot to fire muscles around a joint that has been replaced. And I'm trying everything I can to help you with that because I need to do it too. Okay, Take a big deep breath. Now I've got my band around my little ankles, right? And now I'm just going to bring this leg here and I'm going to come up just a little bit. Okay. Let me warn you. If you have a hip replaced, you need to be hanging on to something. Okay. So you step and then you bring your toe up. That's very important. Bring your toe up and then press up. Press up against that band. Yeah, pull this knee up. Stabilize, make sure you're not over leaning. Take big breaths. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just go out through your mouth, that's fine. Try to breathe in through your nose. Drop your shoulders up with the rib cage. Pull. You should be feeling a burn in your hips now, okay? Make sure you stabilize. Step. Yeah. Equal pressure. Now you're going to shift to the back because what are you going to do? You've changed feet now. Okay, now you're going to bring the other one up against that band. Bring that toe up and it's going to be a lift. Breath, lift. Breath, big breath in through the nose. In through the nose. Do it with me, do it with me. I know it. These things can be, breath. Just do this. Breath, just a couple more. Breath, 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 and bring it back down. Okay? Now here's my weights. I'm right here in front of my chair. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna step just a little wider so that I have pressure around my legs where the bands are, okay? Or your leg weights. I still have my medium weights here, right? And now I have a very taut band around my ankles. As you're going down, do not cave through the knees. See, the knees are having to, your adductors and your abductors are having to work to keep your legs against the band open like this. Then when you go and sit down with weights, they're going to want to cave. And I'm telling you, don't let them cave, okay? As a matter of fact, when you sit down, correct out your toes. If they're out any, they're just a little bit. For the most part, we're pretty straight, okay? So once, and I look at my band, it's pretty taut, okay, because my feet are wider than hips, probably wider, almost wide as the chair. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to bring these weights close. I'm going to lean in, but I'm going to shift what? Even though I'm leaning here and I got a big weight, I'm going to shift to the heels. And then I'm going to come up against that weight. Then I'm going to go down. And I'm going to get in the chair and I'm going to go, oh my goodness, I forgot. I forgot what? I forgot my chocolates. I have to go get my chocolates if I'm going to sit here and eat my chocolates. See? So you come back up. Take a breath. See, I'm not doing this fast. I'm doing it very calculated. Stay into the heels. Breath. And if you want to make it harder, don't go and sit down fully. Just tap the back part of your legs like that. Take a breath. Come back. Breath. Come back. Breath. And come back. Okay, one or two more. Keep those legs open against that band. Keep them open. Okay, this is the last one. Breath and stand up. Yay. And then come back in. Put your weights on your chair. You can hang on to your chair and step out of it, or you can sit and step out of your little band. And I'm going to keep those bands right there for a bit. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pick them up. See my little band? Yeah. So let's get going now on a little resistance, the same way that we just now did it for our adductors and abductors with a band. We're going to do it with our hands. And if you take a couple of steps after you've done that move, with just holding your legs against the band, you will see a difference. Yeah. So I'm going to go pull and come back. I'm going to go pull and come back. So what am I going to do with my shoulders? I'm going to act like I'm doing a bow and arrow, actually. Okay. I'm going to put my bow out here and I'm going to pull it back. Okay. So I'm going to shift the whole time I'm doing this. But if I were with you right now, I'd come up behind you and my hands would be on your shoulders. I know it. You bring them up all the time, right? That's okay. Just remember, we love slugs in this class. Take a breath. See how I'm just doing a little pull with these bands? I'm telling you, you throw one of these bands in your suitcase, just do a few very measured pulls. And if you can't remember, just say bow and arrow, okay? And when you go to pull, drop your shoulders. That's it. And see how I'm shifting through my stance, through my legs? Yeah. Take a breath, then pull it down, and then we're gonna go the other side. Okay, pull. So I'm gonna hold this here, and I'm not gonna pull high with my elbow, okay? And I'm not gonna totally lock my outstretched arm. That elbow is just a little soft. And then pretend that I walked into your room to watch you, and you're like shoulders up here. So I would put your shoulders down. Breath, pull, breath. So if you've had shoulder issues, anytime you do anything like this, repeated, make sure you take breaks and make sure you don't take and go way up high with this action. Okay, drop your shoulders. As you're pulling, drop your shoulders. As you're pulling, drop your shoulders. Breath in through the nose. Okay, one more. Ah! Now don't put that thing down. Grab it. Remember all that work we did with the balls to begin with in today's session? Right here, see I'm gripping my little stinking little band here, okay? So what do I want to do? If you want to relieve your shoulder girdle pain around here, this is the one you want to do. You can do this sitting in a plane. I've done it many times. Now, granted, if you're in a plane and you got people on either side of you and they're very close to you and you don't know them, you have to be careful with these kind of things because they might think this is a weapon, which I guess it could be. Okay, so I'm going to do some little tasks right now. And what's the task? The task is such a little thing, and it's the little thing that so many of us do trip up and have a fall incident because we're shifting from one tap and then back. We're shifting, stepping over things, getting things, putting on shoes, doing all those things. So this is a very small move while we do this move, which is shoulder blades in, shoulders down, pull, open. Do not break the wrist. Keep the wrist neutral as you're pulling. Your elbows are right in at your waist. You're really opening up. Okay, I'm going to just bring the knee up and I'm just going to tap over and then come back while I'm doing this task. See that? Tight tummy. Yep, just like that. See? Just like that. Just like that. You barely come in front of your foot. It's just a little tiny bit of a step over. And you can go ahead and move around a little bit with it, but you're keeping this open. See? My elbows are in. My shoulders are squeezing. My blades are squeezing into my back to get the benefit of this. Drop your shoulders, pull, pull, pull. Stay with me. Stay with me. 5, 4, 3, pull, 2, 1, and release. That gets you moving through here, and it releases a lot of the shoulder pain that we create by poor posture. That pull, but you're going to be you're going to be feeling it toward the end if it's going to make you know, benefit, if you're going to get benefited from it. So here's my little band. We're going to maybe come back to that, but right now I have my little weights here. Correct? So I'm going to come up, up. So this time I'm going to come down as if I'm going to put the weights down. So I'm going to turn here so you can see what I'm doing. Drop my shoulders. I'm going to soften my knees, swing my butt back, bring the weights down, put them right there, okay? Do an arm swing, front to back, set back into the heels, grab them, pull, tap, open, and push just to the top of the head, just over the ears. Where this is not done fast, then I'm going to come in, hammer curl, bring them down, stay down for the count. So it's a 1 and 2 and go into the heels. 3 and 4 and 5 and grab, pull through the heels, bring it up, hammer curl, open, and just to the tops of the ears. This is where you can release your grip. Then you bring it in, hammer curl down, put them right in front of those feet. 1 and 2, drop into the heels. 4, 5, one more, 6, grab them, pull through the heels, bring them up, hammer, open, and come back, and go up one more time, and come back, hammer down, come right in front of the toes, and 1, stay into the heels, 2, 3, 4, heels, equally, 6, 7, okay, one more. Here we go, grab them, pull through the heels, hammer, take a big breath, and right up above your ears, right there. Hang on, then bring them back, big breath, bring them up. Hang on, release your grip, hang on, bring them back, one more, here we go, right there, and bring them back, hammer down, and come down, put them right in front of your feet, come up this time, take a big deep breath, now there's your weights right there, here's my chair right here. So if you can move your chair over just for a second, this is our little inner set. So we're going to come here, step back, rotate our hips, bring those hips down. Yeah, this is not when you don't squeeze your butt here. You release and you just hang there. Keep your shoulders down, take a breath. Swing that butt back, step in, go into a tabletop. Yeah, tabletop. Yeah. Now then, bring the toes up. Little patty cake here, toes up. Take a big deep breath. Swing that hips down again. Stay in line and bend those elbows just a tiny bit. See, just a tiny bit. Right there. Breath. Right there. Bring those elbows down. Breath. 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 Hang on, hang on. Little tiny pulses, tiny pulses. Breath. Okay, one more time. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. And come back, step back in. Take a big deep breath. Go back down, pick up those weights. Woo, right here. Hammer. Open and go just above the ears. And you're just gonna come right to the shoulders, just above the ears, to the shoulders, just above the ears, to the shoulders. And come down and come down. Take a big breath. Bring those weights over. Put them in your little rack. And then we're gonna take just a little tiny inner set. Big breath. We're right here again. Let me warn you. We're gonna be doing one-legged taps, okay? So sometimes I've had people do this and I've leaned them up against the wall. So they have their chair in front of them, and let's say that's the wall. Your chair's in front of them and their shoulders are on the wall. Okay, that's one of my favorite positions for somebody who's trying to really line themselves up and do a great big step up, okay? So this time I'm gonna step there. Now here's the thing. Yeah, we used to get up on these and stand right up with weights and all this kind of stuff. I wouldn't suggest it right now. However, we are gonna go in here and we're gonna act like we're gonna go up, but we don't. See, I put pressure here. That's why the leg is in the position of your leg, rib cage up, you're leaning in, you're going to your toe. And if you don't want to do anything else, you don't have to. See, you're shifting and you're lifting as if you were going to put weight on this leg and bring this one up, but you're not going to, okay? You're going to go like that. See that? So this is a lot of pressure here, okay? Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Act like you're gonna step up, but you don't, okay? Boom, right there, right there. And I'm doing just a tiny, for like hundredths of a split of a second, up like a press, a toe press. If you just want to do the toe press, that's fine. But if you can do just a little bit of a, so here's the deal. When you do that and you leave the ground a little bit, you're pushing into this foot, into this leg. See, that's the key to this load. Okay, so this is a very nice maneuver to put great load, great effort, but mitigate the risk of going up to a full stand on the chair, you know, and I might do these as inner sets. I'm gonna do 3 more right now. Press, make sure you come into a bent knee, breath, bent knee, breath. Bring that back down. Big breath. Okay, put the other foot up, solid, in your chair. Okie dokie, you ready? Lower leg, see? If you need to, you can put your hands here. See, you can do this. That's perfectly fine. I am not bending my back. Very important. I am not jumping, okay? I'm pressing, and I can just do a press and get great benefit here. But if I can come up just a bit and put pressure here. So don't do this little, what you might think looks like a hop. Don't do that if you don't put pressure here. You got to put pressure, real pressure here. Breath, 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 breath. So if I could observe you and you were doing this correct, I'm telling you, single leg, little presses like this, man, I would have you do 3 sets of 10 of those at least every other day. At least every other day. That's what I'd have you do. Okay, little interset here. Take a big deep breath. Weights. Go up if you can. Up and weight. So what did I do? I went to 15. Okay. Okie dokie. Mac is not interested in lifting any of my weights right now. Okay, very simple. This is a carry. Yes. This is the one that if I don't think about it and I'm walking, so now I have 15 and 15. Okay, I feel the pressure coming down in that femur where that big old metal rod is sticking to replace my hip. So it's imperative that I load to keep my bones good, but sometimes we get into all kinds of screwy little compensatory moves, and we don't want to do that. So that's what I'm fighting against right now. And I'm doing this very measured carry with 30 pounds coming down, okay? And if I do it too fast, what do? I wobble, and I don't want to wobble. I'm trying to mitigate that wobble. Okay, so I did a few carries. Now I'm going to take this and do the same move that we've already practiced. I'm going to go down with that heavier weight. It's right here. I'm going to hang around here because you know what happens when a lot of people go down to pick up that kind of weight? Do they bend here and get really down there like they're supposed to? No. You know what you do? You go like this, and then you try to pick up that weight, and then you wonder why you hurt back. Okay? Drop your butt. Go into the heels. Get down with your butt. Then pick those weights up. Okay? Take a big breath. Here we go. Down, heels, heels, heels. Drop your butt. Don't drop your head. And pick them back up. And come back up. Big breath. Okay? I'm shoulder width. Your toes can be out just a little bit. Push your butt back. Now, you're going to put them down. Go way down. Now, drop them down there right in front. Drop your butt. Pick them back up. And come back up. Now, squeeze your rear end. Yes. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Push your butt back. You're bringing those down. Now drop your rear end a little more. One little stinking inch. Drop it. And then come back up. Pushing through your heels. Okay? And come back down. And put them down. Drop your butt. And then come back up. Now step over in front of your chair. And you're going to go down and sit on that chair. Yes. Now we've got pretty heavy weights. So lean in, okay? Lean in from your hips. Okay, your rib cage is up. Lean in, drop the weights right to here, then bring them right here. These are heavy. So if you've picked up heavy weights, just pull them up here. Okay, and as your elbows go back, your shoulder blades should come in. Breath. Duh. Breath. Breath through the nose. Breath. Don't drop your chin. Don't drop your head. That's what I mean. You know what I mean. Here we go. Pull the shoulder blades in. Breath. Breath. Go. Yay. Now you're seated, so you're stable, but it doesn't mean you're off the hook for your form, okay? So now you're going to just bring those weights right here, and you're going to do that little hammer curl with one at a time, see? One at a time, see? Take a big breath and open. See, they're resting on my shoulders. See that? Now tighten in and just take them off your shoulders. That's all I want you to do. Breath, 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 breath. Go. Woo. Breath, breath. Just three more, three more, three more. One more. Bring them in and put them down. Yay. Okay. See how I'm turning? See, you're turning like you're looking to see who's behind you. See that? And then you're going to step back. And you're going to step over here. And you're turning to see who's behind you. Say rib cage up. Big breath. And come back. Now, as we back out of this class, you're seated, right? You're going to drop your shoulders and you're going to go ahead and act like you're standing up, but you're going to hang on to your chair. Okay. Now is the only time I'm going to have you bring your head down lower. So my legs are pretty straight and I'm going to pull my upper body into my legs just for a few seconds. Then I'm going to come back up, bend my knees, equalize, and come up. Then I'm going to go into a W, right there, just like that. I'm going to turn my hands and go into a T. Big breath. Turn them and come up and open with my thumbs back and really pull them like somebody's back there pulling your thumbs back. Then go back into that W and come back down. Little swing out. Breath, 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 breath. Good job. This should get you back on target for strength work. Oh, yeah, I know.